last time I was in this chair after a game here at home, I was not pleased with the performance we had or how we represented our program. Totally different story today. Proud of our guys. Hate it for our seniors. A lot of some really good stories in that group, and they've represented this program well. They've competed hard. They played their best football. Almost every one of them here at the end of their career, and looking forward to the last week of them. So hated for them here on senior day, but just too many missed opportunities. I think that sums it up. Credit to them, they made plays at the end of the game. We didn't, they did. And you know, there's some reasons probably why they're 21-22, depending on polls, and why they've got 8 wins. But credit to them. But again, I thought our guys played extremely hard, and I thought we were physical today. You know, defensively, we did some really good things. We held them under their averages, and I think in every phase. We limited their run game. Thought our lack of depth hurt us in the second half. You know, Chuba's he's the real deal. I mean, he hurt us in the pass game today, especially on a couple screens, a couple third downs. They got the ball to him, and he either made us miss or stiff-armed or ran through tackles. We had him bottled up a couple times. He got out, and that's not been just us. That's been all year. And so I knew coming in he was a great player. And I leave the game. He's a great player. And but I thought defensively we did some nice things. We just wore down a little bit in the fourth quarter. Offensively, at some points today we looked like that we were getting ready to take off, but I think the story of the game, and it came down, I think offensively, is the issues that we've had all year are the issues that haunted us today. Our lack of ability to run the football. We didn't score touchdowns in the red zone, and we had critical drops. I think we had 4 drops in the second half. And some of those are competitive catches, but I mean, you got to make those to win games. We didn't do it. And as a staff, we got to get better. You know, we got to do a better job in those areas. Special teams, you know, I thought our punt coverage team did a nice job. Our kickoff return unit really struggled today. We had poor, every time they scored, we had poor field position. We did not do as good a job blocking on that as we have at some points during the year. So that was disappointing. With that, I'll take questions.
You walk us through that last drive when you had a chance to tie the game. Your thoughts, what you wanted to do, what didn't?
Once it got under about 3.5, 4 minutes, I knew this was going to be our last kind of go at it. That's why on those short yardage plays, we went on and used our timeouts. And so it's been a struggle. We were just, you know, short yardage, we were actually a little better, except for that goal line sequence, which I thought we scored on anyway. But I wanted to make sure that, because we had it on the third down, and we didn't have our eyes up in our stance, and they slanted and beat us on the 3rd yard. So on that 4th down, I wanted to make sure that we got lined up and we were ready to go. So we got that, and then used the timeout there in the last play of the game, because at that point, you know, I knew they were going to zero blitzes, which they did. They brought 7, and so we brought it over to talk about it. I don't know if we sorted it out correctly. I'll have to watch it. But we ran the same play that we scored. They zero blitzed us on Georgia's touchdown earlier in the game. So ran the same play. You know, it comes down to one play. That play didn't necessarily hurt us. We had a couple opportunities in that drive to make plays. We didn't do it. So disappointing.
Coach, the field goal early, was there ever any consideration of using Casey Lake there, considering the
Yeah, so what we did is we had kind of do the competition. Staley hit the ball better all week, and so let it ride, and his ball flight was a lot better. Obviously, he didn't kick that one very well, but he did come back and make 2 other ones. But that was the thought process on that. You know, what killed us on that is we made a mistake. I think we had the ball inside the 30 maybe, and we lose. I think it's 2nd and 1. We lose like 10 yards, and so We'd love to make that kick, but that ball shouldn't have been at that distance either.
What explanation was given you on the Sam James play where?
Yeah, I don't really understand it. So I thought he was in. I thought the replay showed he was in. I don't know, since they called him down. I don't know if the replay didn't. It was inconclusive. Something about they felt like his shin was down. I didn't see it that way. I don't know. I've got to talk to Greg Burks. I got to get a clear understanding of that. I thought we were pretty close to getting in on the quarterback sneak on the first one. Again, I didn't see it. I'm kind of wondering why they didn't send that one to replay. So I'll have to get an explanation through that sequence of plays.
And it looked like you guys are shifting on the 3rd and 1.
Yeah, that was an entirely miscommunication. Okay, I was trying to get down and call timeout and move before I could get to him.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on Drew Brown's performance today?
You know, he did enough to win the game. You know, I thought their team would rally around him, which I thought they did. He's a good player. He won several games in Hawaii, and he made some key throws on that last touchdown drive they had. You know, I thought he made some really nice throws on the outcuts.
I know you had a lot of other things working against you on the offense. What did you think of Daggy?
You know, I thought, you know, what was it, 28 of 38 with 4 drops. That's a pretty good day, you know, and 300 yards. Stood in there, he took hits. You know, I think he's, you know, especially, sitting out all those games, probably a little rusty. But pleased with how he's performed. He's throwing the ball well. We got to do some things around him to be better. You know, we just got to be able to run it better, and we're keeping on. I mean, we're being balanced, just so we don't see like blitzes like we did the last play there. But we've got to be more effective when we're running the football. You know, we got to be better in our screen game. Screen game's been a struggle too. It's been a struggle as well. So, but I thought he handled himself well. Thought he did a good job on that last drive. I think 2 plays before that, last play he put the ball in money, and we got to make plays for him.
They're 2.4 yards carried, the lowest since that Central Michigan Hail Mary game way back in the day. 47 games. Pretty happy with what your defense did today.
Yeah, I thought they did. You know, and I said that, Alan. I thought our guys battled. I thought we had a good plan. They wore us down a little bit. You know, our defensive line just played a lot of snaps. You know, and they have to, but they wore us down. And he's a great player. She was a great player, and we had him bottled up on the touchdown. The touchdown he run, he kind of broke it outside. But I thought defensively, we did a nice job. And really, outside of a couple games, we played well against the run.
How disappointing is it not to win a league game at home this season for you?
I hadn't even thought about it, but I mean, obviously it's not good.
The second time out you had to use the play clock was running down. They had a very deliberate substitution.
Were you the one asking me the question about that earlier in the week? You know, it's like somebody asked me a question about that. I think it was on the radio show. I don't know. I've got to get clarification on that. I thought, because we subbed with like 17 or 18 seconds to go. So it shouldn't have been a deal where we shouldn't have been on the ball, I don't think. Now I got to get clarification. I had a lot going on then, so I don't want to speak out of turn.
Okay, one more question?
What can you say about, the seniors that bought in their final year here?
Yeah, that's what I talked about a little bit there in the opening. Is I just hate it for them, because if you look at that group, and I don't want to name names because I don't want to leave anybody out, but guys that have played really well this year. Obviously their senior year hasn't gone how they wanted to, but those guys that have played a significant role have played their best football. That's all you ask for as a coach, is they go out late on the line, and they improve, and they have. And I met with them yesterday, and I told them, listen, I appreciate you guys. You didn't ask for us to come in here as a staff. You didn't ask for some of the adversity that's hit us this year. you know, whether it's attrition or being young or whatever it is. You didn't ask for any of that, but to your credit, all you did was show up and do the work. And a couple of those guys have set a standard here that unfortunately they're not going to see the fruits of it, but they will be paid off down the road. And so, wish we could have finished it here at home for them, but we didn't get it done.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you all.